The more we are promised, the less we get regarding the fuel crisis in our hands due to methanol-blended petrol imported into the country 3 weeks ago. While we have a sigh of relief at the announcement by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC, that it has completed the withdrawal of all methanol-blended petrol from circulation. Scarcity persists and long queues at filling stations become common sights. Let's share the story with you.
You see how we suffer, see how Nigeria we are suffering.
Petrol queues have spilled out of filling stations, and now major roads in the country's capital are littered with cars desperate to fill their fuel tanks. The biting petrol scarcity is in its second week and is gradually snowballing into a full-blown crisis.
Now the part come who get now. This is not they reach 1 month and now. Then they reach 1 month, they come out, they don't even sort out anything. They just keep quiet. We just they suffer from here. They are on a big man. They go carry their car, go their own village station, go put coupon. Before you know, they will give them a chance to go enter, go back.
This chaos was caused by the importation of adulterated petroleum products into the country. The presidency ordered an investigation into the incident, and the NNPC has also pushed blames but did not take responsibility. Yet the reality remains unchanged. Motorists spend hours in long queues waiting to buy premium motor spirits.
Yesterday, I've been here for exactly 11 a.m. PM or AM? AM, 11 a.m., 11 in the morning. I started queue by FMCB. You understand? I went round. Look, what is the time now? The time now is to 1. I have to call my family, my wife at home. My wife was not happy with me.
Suffering the hardship is too much. A quick resolution to this would be appreciated because the masses are going through a lot. I almost shed tears on my way to work this morning because there were a lot of people on the road waiting to get to work, and most of these employers will not even understand. You just have to be at work, and what do they want the masses to do? This is getting beyond, and we can't even enjoy this anymore.
At this petrol station, tempers are flaring. They accuse law enforcement officers of becoming chief lawbreakers, and this time with impunity.
Oh, you go there, you see a policeman there, he's standing there. He'll be collecting money, allowing other people to enter. Why those law enforcement agencies that are supposed to help to correct those rubbish that are doing there, they will get there, they will talk to the policeman, they will open the car, they will enter. I saw one yesterday, he drove somebody's car, entered. When he got there, he handed over the key and he left, which is very, very bad.
Some people, because of the influence they have in the country, these people that have spoiled this country, they will come and follow one way and go and enter the filling station, go and take the fuel. The people that are following the law, they have been left here because we don't have the voice.
Those of us on the right queue, they are not allowing us to enter. It is people that are passing through the wrong ways, they will tip them and they will allow them to enter. For how long are we going to stay here to buy fuel? It's unfair.
Before now, President Muhammadu Buhari's administration has prided itself in ensuring the long queues at fuel stations disappeared and the product is made available across the country. But now this achievement is fast eroding, and authorities in the petroleum sector seem to be watching helplessly.
The NNPC towers are situated directly opposite the petrol station, where authorities from this high-rise building can see firsthand the torture, frustration and hardship Nigerians go through on a daily basis just to get petrol. It is not clear if indeed authorities have a grip of the situation and how soon these fuel queues will disappear. Femi Akonde, TVC News, Abuja.
That's the situation reported in Abuja. Jide, in Lagos, it was yesterday from Kolade here down to Oba. It took me almost 3 hours. And today, in the afternoon, the situation, everybody, the gridlock in Lagos is unimaginable.
Yes, because at filling stations, motorists desperate to buy fuel will sometimes form up to 3 queues. So that's why our roads are being narrowed by the fact that we have this fuel scarcity. vehicles are spilling onto the highways, you know. The area the area the filling station is located is not enough for them, so they are spilling onto the road, so causing greater pain for our people. It's unfortunate that the clear refusal or negligence of some people at NNPC, at DPR, at SON has inflicted so much pain on our people. The GMD of NNPC was apologizing today at the National Assembly, apologizing to Nigeria and assuring that the situation was being addressed. Elsewhere, he will have resigned, because this is a big scandal. This is a big scandal. Whatever you do that inflicts so much pain on your people, this fuel that they brought into our country, forget the rubbish that is being said all over the place, did not meet all the specifications for DPR and for Standard Organization of Nigeria. Because one of the specifications is that the fuel must be clear and bright. Tell me, the fuel that they have withdrawn is just like brown. In fact, it looks like coffee. It's like brown coffee. So it fails that specification. Even the oxidation level, it also failed that test severely. What the parameters that they set up, the structures that they set up to ensure that importers bring in quality petrol into our country. Methanol, yes, is an additive, but you only need between 2 to 3% of methanol in the petrol.
Okay.
You know, is this clear and bright?
Contaminated.
You know? Based on DPR and some specification, is this clear and bright? So methanol like content ought to be between 2 to 3%, but what we have in this particular case is 20% methanol. The people who did this to us, they do not deserve to stay on their jobs for 1 minute. Honestly. But we are a nation where people don't get punished. Yes. Instead, people will be passing the buck. And social media thugs will now be unleashed on people who are saying the truth. The social media thug is not better than the political thug. Both of them get paid simply to run down those who are speaking the truth. That's their job. It's now, the politicians now hire people to stay on social media to fight against the truth. So it's a worse form of thuggery. See, look at this. Is this clear and bright? Yeah. As demanded by SON and DPR. So how did it escape? How did it escape? The country has lost a lot of money as a result of this. People have lost man hours at work. Damaged engines have been damaged. People are suffering. They are sleeping in filling stations because some officials, either because they have been compromised or they were just downright irresponsible and will not do their work the way they are supposed to do it. That's what we are facing. That's what we are facing. All the parameters, they failed. Yet this fuel it did not just come into our country. We lack the conscience to keep them where they were discharged. We still deliver them to filling stations. In this state, looking extremely dirty.
I'm telling you,
people
from the depot.
Yes, we still pass them on to fuel marketers. So somebody failed to do his job, either because he had been compromised or for one reason best known to him, failed to do his job, and that person's head should roll. That's how it's done in other places. You don't simply go to America, go to the UK, go to France, and you don't copy the good things that they do. It is the negative things that they do that you are happy to copy. You know, I mean, it's wrong.
Dari, when are we going to get stability in this sector? Since they've said they've completed the process of withdrawing all the methanol petrol in circulation.
Yeah, like we had. That's expected. At least, I call it damage control, because these are products that have no business being in the petrol stations in the first place. So if they have successfully gotten those ones out, then they should have, by now we should have a system telling us that we have imported so amount of fuel to be distributed, that marketers now have so amount of fuel, that they are getting those ones out will not solve our problem. What Nigerians want to hear is that we now have fuel in abundance, so that the panic buying and panic and criminal selling, because one of the things happening is that you go to some filling stations, like it happened to me today. After staying like 2-3 hours, you notice that they were not selling for those of us on the queue, but they were selling to some boys who buy in jerry cans, come out and sell at 5 litre for 2,000 naira. If you are willing to buy, you fill your tank and go. So, and what is giving them this opportunity is the fact that we on the lane are still afraid that fuel will not be available tomorrow. Where we are assured that, oh, by tomorrow you will have fuel, the queue will disappear gradually. The panic buying will stop. The criminal selling will cease. But we have a system that is not addressing issues. So like somebody said, if we don't punish people who do wrongs today, we are only encouraging the good ones today to turn bad tomorrow. Some people allow that fuel to escape into the market. What has been, we are still investigating. Even Mr. President said, investigate this and ensure that those who are culpable are punished. Are we still investigating? Shouldn't we be hearing of people resigning from their jobs willingly? The control, the quality control people. See the color, forget about the quality, the color of that fuel alone. I spoke with a marketer, a leading marketer in an interview, who told me that some of them protested that they would not lift that fuel. And after days of bypassing them and others are lifting, they had no choice, because they also want to stay in business. That they saw that this quality may not be good enough. Why don't we, complain to those who import it? And instead of addressing their complaint, they were
forcing it on them.
Forcing it on. They even bypassed those ones complaining and started selling to those who are willing. And since there is no other one for those ones, and they want to be in business, so it's a connivance of greed and wickedness.
It's a confluence of greed.
Confluence of greed, because you have Nigerians
a convergence of greed.
Convergence of greed. They all know what is happening, and they decide that yes, we'll force it on these people, and they will have it.
The audacity of greed.
Honestly, living hell now. Because if you see the heat, and you now get home at night, you now discover that there's no power, and you don't have fuel to even power your generator. That's the thing. People are going through a lot.
That's it. And there is heat in Lagos now.
It's
not like even when we had a matter in Maiduguri and all those places, there was heat in Lagos. I don't know why we have this. Yes, it was heat in Lagos.
It's the population.
And there may be trees.
We don't have trees.
If you go to Maiduguri, you'll be alarmed at the number of trees that you see.
Good.
You know?
Keeping nature alive.
You are airborne, you see trees everywhere in the state capital.
Good.
You know? So, and they help to ensure that breeze is generated.
But every time we do tree planting around here,
we are not doing it enough. We are not doing it enough. We must make a habit, not doing it, not simply when government says, "Oh yeah, let us do this." So you have a situation in which our people are going through hell, and that is why some of us want to ensure that this does not happen again.
Some people woke up 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yes,
to go to the
that's how people die slowly. That's why life expectancy in our country is going down. You know, the wahala is too much. people in the villages who do not have to do this rat race life,
You wake up
they live longer.
How you be waking up 4 o'clock?
They may not be rich, but they live longer.
That's the only way you can get to your
that's the only way you can get by.
In Lagos.
How do you get to where you are
by 9 o'clock?
Okay, I have Ololade from Ilorin. Thank you for joining us, Ololade.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Akiola Ololade from Ilorin, Kwara State.
All right. Go ahead.
Yes, it's unfortunate the present situation of the fuel in this country. And it's always disturbing that it's a country that is suffering in the midst of plenty.
Yes.
We have abundant something, but through sabotage, we always suffer.
And greed.
Because it's making one life difficult for people. And there's no day you will not be happy because of one problem or the other. I think necessary steps should be taken so that this type of thing will not happen to us again. Look at the sabotage of that fuel that was brought into the country. And nobody has been punished for that. Because they need to punish some people so that it's going to serve as a deterrent to other people.
Yes.
People are not so patriotic in this country. It's so unfortunate. It is from Ilorin, Kwara State, from Kwara.
Thank you for your contribution. And if in Abuja, some filling station are selling for 400 naira.
600.
I calculate 2,000 for 5 liters. That's not 400. 2,000 naira, 5 liters. That's 400.
Some are selling 600 naira per liter.
Not just Abuja.
If you are desperate, you will buy it.
You buy it.
That's the thing. If you are desperate, you will buy it.
You are buying 500 naira.
If they want to increase it, they should increase.
It's not about it.
Has nothing to
That's
do
what
with
people say when, but it's because the people are not informed.
Our
people are not informed at all. Even some of our colleagues too are not informed. Because I don't see how journalists will be in a sector where the NNPC claims that it is the only one importing, and it is just now that we are discovering that NNPC had actually been using people to import. So it's either our colleagues are aware of this, or they chose to button up their mouths, you know, or this is best known to them, or they are just downright ignorant.
So I mean, NNPC keep flouting, keep flouting itself.
A lot of things shielded in secrecy.
But, because NNPC will come out and tell us they are the sole importer. But I became, I became sure when take responsibility. Take responsibility. He said no.
Run away.
Two people. This person. This is that person.
But that is my concern.
And there are still others who are important.
Why is it so easy for NNPC to shift this blame after telling us for years that you are the sole importer, and then we are still searching for culprits?
That's apologizing.
No,
it's not about apology. It's about doing the right thing.
You cannot mention NNPC and transparency in the same paragraph. No.
But why is it that we cannot simply? You see, I also blame Nigerians. By now, I expected to see hashtags everywhere. You don't see that now. But if it has to do with one...
if it's religion now.
You will see the hashtag.
They want to kill themselves. The misuse of religion is one of the biggest problems in our country.
I've been searching through social media.
I think we should just pay more attention to the
issues that affect our lives.
Social problems.
Yes.
Problems bedeviling us. Problems turning us to people who have no value.
But we don't concern ourselves with that.
We don't bother ourselves about those things, but just let somebody talk about religion. It will touch a nerve.
And then you see people coming out.
Some will even prefer to kill their relatives.
It's unfortunate because I've been searching for the hashtags. Hashtag NNPC resign. Hashtag give us more fuel. You don't find
I think people have even given up that when NNPC says this, they mean something else. It's not enough to promise us that, okay, this problem is being addressed. We have to see it. How long is it going to take to replace the stock, to restock those filling stations? How long is it going to take?
But is it not about importing first?
No, they are saying that they are bringing in 2.3 billion liters of additional PMS. They've assured that they are bringing down one.
When?
But now they also told us that they have enough to last no less than 22 days. Now,
in barely 3 days now.
How long will it take to simply restock those filling stations that you have withdrawn what to supply to them, and then monitor them? That's the job of the DPR. ensure they are not hoarding, ensure that they are selling to people. Because DPR can go to a filling station and say, okay, we want to see your tank.
Okay.
If you short it, we want to see your tank. Let's know whether you have fuel or not.